Hey guys, in this video we'll be continuing with the Python video series. We'll be going over the continuation of sets. So in this video we'll be working on getting the number of elements in a set. So as with lists, tuples, and dictionaries, you can use the len function to get the number of elements in a set. So we can do an example of that. So let's just remove this stuff here. One second here, let me just set something up. Alright, so let's just have dataset again. So dataset points to the set function. We will pass a list in. So we're passing a list into the set, so we'll just have some ints in the set this time. Then we'll say we want we want to print the len of dataset. So print the len of the dataset, so that should be all. We'll just have a print statement here, so we'll just take the breakpoint out there and put the breakpoint there. I'll save it and run it in the debugger. Okay, so we got that the length was 5 in this case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so the len is 5. So that gets the number of elements in the set. So we'll be moving on to adding and removing elements now. So sets are mutable objects. They're mutable, so you can add items to them and remove items from them. You can just call the add method to add an element to a set. So the following interactive session demonstrates. So my set points to, so we can declare a set basically to start. Not my set, so we'll go with those are just from doc, so we'll just go with dataset instead. Points to the set function, which is basically just declared because it's empty. So we declared an empty set. So now we'll say dataset dot add. We'll add like some value. I'm not sure if add is actually just unique to the set. I'm not sure if add is unique to the actual set methods. If the set has methods, I think it might. So you can just use the docs. Actually, maybe we can just check that out now. So we can just go Python set. I'll just type this on my other screen here. So Python set methods. Python set methods. I'll just go with another website, W3 Schools, just because the Python docs are hard to navigate through. Okay, so it says Python has a set of built-in methods that you can use on sets. So there's a bunch of them. Add is one of them. Pop is another one of them. So we'll be using a lot of these actually going forward, because we have to do like intersections and symmetric stuff, unions. So you have your normal add, clear, copy, or just add and clear, then we have copy. So we have that. I'll just save that for later. So let's just look at the Python docs. Okay, so it's under data structures. So Python does have data structures. So they have using lists as stacks, using lists as queues. We're probably going to skip all that. If you're really interested in data structures, see the Java tutorial. Those are in depth. Similar stuff here, I guess. So using lists as stacks, lists as queues, that's pretty normal. Tuples and sequences, so that's it. So sets, dictionaries, okay, so that's all we really have for data structures in Python. There's no trees, it looks like. Let me just Google that. Does Python have trees? Okay, so there isn't any built-in data structure for trees, but you can create them yourself. We won't be doing that. This isn't a data structure course. Data structures are pretty much the same in all languages. So if you guys are really interested in data structures, they're not terribly hard, but it's more advanced. So data structures means you create the data structure, so we'll learn how to create a list. So you know how lists are built in. You learn how to create a list, like the back end of it. You learn how to create a stack in the back end. You learn how to create a tuple in the back end. You learn how to create a dictionary in the back end of Python, pretty much. But in that case, Java that I have. You can also do them in C, C++, stuff like that. So we'll be doing C# next pretty soon, and then C++. So anyways, they are in there if you're looking for them. So you can go to data structures on the Python docs, click on sets. Doesn't have the set methods here, so once again it's hard to navigate. I can't find the methods here for sets. It just has lists. But anyway, so we'll just go on, we'll move on to the examples. So adding and removing elements, we added an element. We can add some more here. So we can add 4, 5, 6. And we can print the data set. So print data set, we'll put the breakpoint there again, call main at the bottom. So 4, 5, 6, we have that printed out. We have print. Yes, we printed the data set, then we can add something else. We can try to add a duplicate element, or before that we can try to add a duplicate element. So we'll go dataset.add, we'll try to add like 5, and we'll try to print it again. So as you can see, we have 4, 5, 6 here. The duplicate element wasn't added. So we'll just move on to the next example. So you can add a group of elements to a set all at one time with the update method. So when you call the update method as an argument, you pass an object that contains iterable elements such as a list, a tuple, a string, or another set. the individual elements of the object that you pass as an argument become elements of the set. So some of these theories can be kind of confusing. So the individual elements of the object. So if it's a string, then the actual characters, for example, or the list elements that you pass as an argument become elements of the set. So remember, if you have a list with different indexes, each index is an element, versus a string, each character is an element, I believe. So we can do an example here. We can have data set points to a set. We can pass in a list. Then we can pass in some points. Some elements, 4, 5, 6. So you can say, okay, well, my set data set points to set 4, 5, 6, and we can say dataset dot update. So we can have 7, 8, 9 like that in a list. Same thing. Then we can print out again. We can print out the data set. What happened there? Dataset dot update. Dataset was not defined. Okay, so we have dat set. Did I spell something wrong? Okay, sorry, we have spelling mistake, so we'll just try that again. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 all in the set. So we could have another example here. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so let's do this one instead. So we can say dataset 1 points to the set. We can just have 4, 5, 6 again, or we can go 2, 3, 4. Dataset 1 points to the set 2, 3, 4. So dataset 1 points to the set function with a list 2, 3, 4 with different integers, and we'll have set 2 points to the set function. Then we'll pass in another list with 5, 6, 7. Then we can say dataset 2. Change that to dataset 2, and then we'll have whatever you want. Then we'll go with dataset 1 dot update. We'll go with dataset 2. Then we'll print out dataset 1. Then we'll have that empty print statement, so we can set a breakpoint there again. Oh, we have 2 of them. So let's try that. We will run that now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's our set. Don't think we need to go over the summaries. Don't think we really need to go over the summaries. I've already kind of discussed what's happening. There's a lot of examples here, okay. Did we already do that one? Sorry, just looking for where I was. Do we create a set of, we'll just go with some of the summary. So we have we create a set of the values, whatever they were, 2, 3, 4, and then assign it to the dataset 1 variable. And we create another set containing the values 5, 6, 7, and assign that to the dataset 2 variable. So then, after we call the update method, passing the set 2 as a parameter, this causes a set. This causes the elements of set 2 or dataset 2 to be added to dataset 1. So notice how dataset 2 is unchanged. So we've already kind of gone over that. So let's try to mix types here. So let's just make another one here, or just go with that. I'll just do it again. So we have dataset 1. Or just dataset points to a set function, list some values, ints, and then we'll have dataset dot update again. We'll pass in a string again this time, BCD whatever. Then we'll print out dataset. So just set a breakpoint again and debug it. We'll try that again. Okay, something happened there. Oops, spelled it wrong. So we have the elements kind of mixed up with ints and we don't have characters in Python, so different strings, which are basically of characters. So we have a B character, then we have 3 ints, 2, 3, 4 separated with commas, and a D character, comma, and then a C character, which is a string basically. So B, D, and C are strings, but individual string characters. Alright, so in the next videos, we'll end it there. We'll move on to the remove method, or we'll remove some set elements in the next video. So thanks for watching, guys. If you guys would like to support the channel for more free educational content, you can like the channel and like the video and subscribe to the channel for more programming and investing tutorials, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.